Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can probably tell, today's video is one that I haven't filmed in a while. Today's video is going to be a get ready with me, which is why I look kind of like a zombie right now. I have like super dark circles because I haven't been sleeping because it's almost finals week, and I feel like every time finals week rolls around I just like stop sleeping. Like I sleep, but I never sleep like soundly through the night. I don't know, it's a weird thing that happens to me. But today's get ready with me is going to be kind of a Q&A style get ready with me. So I'm going to focus more on talking to you guys than really like explaining in depth what I'm doing. The eye look that I'm kind of going for is by Kelsey May Hair on Instagram. I feel like I'm saying her last name weird. But I'll insert a picture right here. I'm in screen. So you guys can kind of see the vibe that I'm going for. But let's just jump right in. So the first question that I got was, what are your top 3 favorite makeup products? So eye products are definitely my favorite makeup product. I'm just gonna go in with my MAC paint pot and Painterly and this little itty bitty Real Techniques sponge. Specific ones, probably ColourPop Super Shock shadows. A specific shade would be probably Birthday Girl. It's like this gorgeous like bronzy gold shade, and it has tons and tons of glitter strewn throughout it. I just adore that shade. And then probably I feel like I want to say my butter bronzer, because I just adore that thing. And especially lately I've been into like super kind of bronzy looks. So yeah, we'll say that one. And then my Flower Beauty Shimmer and Strobe Highlighting Kit. Here, that one's right here. I'll grab it. This one. This is one of my all-time favorite makeup products. I feel like that my answer to that question would change, not day to day, but week to week, month to month, because I love trying new things, and I feel like my makeup preferences, not like overall, but like I'm like, ooh, I'm really into this week, or ooh, I'm really into that this week. That definitely changes weekly for me, so I feel like that answer would change kind of as the weeks go by. So I'm going to dip into my Blush Dry Blossom palette, and I'm going to go in with the shade Clover right here, and I am going to take that on this little packing brush from the Vintage Cosmetics Company. It's the Step 1 for the Money, and I'm going to start kind of packing this on my outer corner. I'll probably work it up into the crease a little bit. I didn't really set my base, but I feel like you don't really have to set Paint Pot. Alright, so the next question is, what are you studying? So for those of you who don't know, I'm actually in college, and I'm currently studying marketing and communications. My major used to be called marketing and advertising, but they just like renamed it marketing and communications, so it's the same thing, but yeah, that's what I'm studying. I'm really enjoying it so far. So next I'm going to go into the shade Flax right here, which is this nice kind of minty green shade. I'm just taking this on like a pointed brush from Morphe. It was in the Copper Dreams set that they no longer sell. And I'm just going to kind of use this to blend out the edges of that green. So the next question was, what age did you start wearing makeup? So like officially, when my mom knew about it, I was in 8th grade. So I think I was like 12. But I used to steal my mom's makeup in 7th grade and a little bit in 6th grade. I would just steal like concealer because I had kind of problematic skin and I had pretty bad dark circles. I mean, they look like they look right now. But yeah, that's when I started wearing makeup, but I didn't wear a lot of makeup. Like I said, in like 6th and 7th grade, I only wore concealer or like a little bit of powder foundation. And then in 8th grade, I would wear mascara. I think I was wearing powder foundation for a really long time too. And then blush, maybe bronzer. I don't know. I didn't get too technical, you guys. I loved makeup then. Well, here's the funny thing about it. When I first like was given makeup for Christmas, I think I was in 7th grade, and I like wanted nothing to do with it. I was a pretty big tomboy growing up. And so, I don't know, I don't think I really was ready to grow up, and I felt like, oh, if I start wearing makeup, that's like a step in growing up, and I mean, it kind of is, but I was like very reluctant to use it. I didn't want to touch it, I wasn't excited about it, and then I think it must have been when I turned 12 or 13, I got a ton of makeup for my birthday. My friends like sat me down and they did my makeup, and then I was kind of hooked. And I started watching YouTube videos about makeup, and the rest is history. Here we are today. So now I'm just going to take this big old fluffy brush from Morphe. I think I'm going to dip into the shade Dandelion right here, which is just a matte white shade, and I'm just going to lightly run this around the edges just to further diffuse that out a little bit. I think I'm going to build up that deeper green clover in my outer corner in a little bit, and then I might dip into my Through My Eyes palette from ColourPop to add just a smidge more depth. So we're actually going to dip into the Through My Eyes palette from ColourPop, and I'm going to dip into the shade Moody right here, and I'm just going to take a little teeny tiny bit on that same brush, get some on there, really tap off the excess, and then just kind of place that in my very outer corner. Alright guys, so next I am going to cut my crease, but I can't do that while I talk, so I'm going to hop off camera real quick, do that, and then I'll come back and answer some more questions. Alright, so now that I've cut my crease, I cut it a little bit higher than I normally do, just to try something different. I'm going to go into my BH Cosmetics Royal Affair palette, and I'm going to dip into the shade Crown right here. It's like this beautiful chartreuse shade. I'm going to go in with my Shop Miss A E122 brush. This is my absolute favorite brush for cutting my crease and packing color over the lid. It's super duper skinny, and it just has a perfect shape for that. So the next question says, what eyeshadow primer do you use? So today I used the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre, but for years I've used the Essence I Heart Color Intensifying Eye Primer. I can pop in a picture of that right here, because obviously I don't have a free hand to show you guys. But that is a great one from the drugstore. It does a really nice job of kind of canceling out any veins on your eyelids. It holds up pretty darn well on my oily eyelids. Maybe not in like the depth of summer, but it does a pretty good job any other time of the year. I noticed that it does do a nice job of kind of intensifying my shadows. Yeah, I really like that one. This green is not as metallic as I was hoping it would be. It is a pretty color though. And I am kind of overlapping it on the edges to get a nice little blend. But I'll probably go back in with the matte greens to help blend too. Alright, so in the picture, Kelsey did kind of like a pretty glittery line at the top of her cut crease. So to do that, I'm going to dip into my Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit eyeshadow. This one's in the shade Pure Intentions. This was part of their, I think it was their Gothographic collection, like last year. Yeah, I'm just going to take it on this little itty bitty liner brush. Alright, so I think I'm done with my eyes for now. I might go in and clean things up a little bit later. But for now, I'm going to move on to face. I'm just priming with the Dr. Brandt Pores No More Luminizing Primer. I'm almost out of this stuff, you guys. It's in my project pan. I'm getting down to the bottom of the barrel. Next question is, what is your favorite part about makeup? Ugh, I don't know. I love kind of how calming it is to do my makeup, and I love that it's an outlet for me to be creative, and I just love kind of the transformative properties, not properties, but you guys know what I mean. Like when I put on a face of makeup, I feel like more empowered almost. Like, not that I don't feel empowered without makeup, but you guys understand what I mean. It makes you feel good, and I like how different looks can make me feel different ways. I like how it can make other people feel different ways, and yeah, I love the creative aspect of it, and I love how transformative it can be. Ooh, this next one says, what is your most hated makeup product? So while I answer this, I'm going to put on my CoverGirl Matte Made Foundation. So my most hated makeup product. That's a difficult one, because I feel like there hasn't been a product that I've tried in a while that I just like absolutely flat out hate. Oh, I know what it is. Okay, so I don't even know if I like hate this one, but this is the only thing that comes to mind. When I first started my channel, I tried a couple new products from NYX that they had launched at the time, and there was this like brow powder thing. It looked like a gigantic like liquid liner, like not one of the pen ones, like one of those that was in like the little pot, and it was supposed to be like a powder. And at the time, honestly, like compared to what I know now, I feel like I didn't know that much about makeup, so I was just like, oh yeah, this would be cool, not even thinking about the application. I didn't really know a whole lot about my brows. That product was horrible, you guys. It got all over my face. The applicator was not precise at all. It was just terrible. That's probably my most hated makeup product because I feel like I'm not really at a point in my life where I can just like buy makeup willy-nilly. I usually do at least some research into the products that I'm buying. I don't usually just blindly go to the store and buy them. There aren't too many products that I have or that I have had in my collection that I like hate. But if I had to pick one, that's the one I would pick. So I do want to add just a little bit of cream bronzer, so I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild foundation stick and this BH Cosmetics No. 1 brush from the Rose Quartz set. It's a really, really nice shape for this, and I'm just getting a little bit of product on the brush. So the next question is, do you have any animals? So I have a dog, but she currently lives with my parents still because the apartment that I'm currently in doesn't allow pets, but I'm really, really hoping to have her here with me next year. That would be so, so great. I'll insert a picture of her right here because she's so stinking cute. That's my dog. Her name is Macy. She's a Border Collie German Shepherd. She's my baby. I love her so much. But yeah, that is the only animal that I have. My mom doesn't really like animals, so we didn't really have too many growing up. I only got Macy because we had to move. And that was the deal. If we had to move and I had to change schools, I would get a dog. So that's why I ended up with her. But I'm a huge, huge, huge animal lover, you guys. I don't know if that's something I really talked about on my channel a lot before, but I've always been a huge animal lover, especially dogs. I'm a dog lover. I'm a dog person at heart. But yeah, this is actually a nice little segue into something that I wanted to talk about in this video. And that is that I am thinking, well, I'm not really thinking, I've been thinking about it. I am going to slowly transition my collection into cruelty-free, which is something super exciting. It's been something that's been on my mind for quite a while, and I don't really know why I didn't do this kind of at the start of when I like started collecting makeup. I love animals so much. The older I get, the more aware I become that you truly vote with your dollar, and I do not want to support animal cruelty. So I'm going to start with my makeup. Eventually, I think I would like my whole life to be cruelty-free, but I know that some cruelty-free products are a little bit more expensive, which usually I don't mind, but right now I'm a broke college student, so I think I may have to kind of slowly inch the rest of my life into all of that. But for right now, I am going to transition my makeup into a cruelty-free collection. While I'm talking about this, I'm going to put on some of this Catrice Camouflage Cream. This is just a peachy corrector. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. Right now, I'm not getting rid of my non-cruelty-free items because I already bought them, and I feel like it's a waste of money to just toss them. So I'm going to use up what I have. I have not bought any non-cruelty-free makeup in a while, I hope. At least that's kind of been my intention. I've kind of been trying to avoid those brands for a little while now. I feel like there is no foundation, no concealer, no eyeshadow, nothing that is worth the suffering of another animal. So yeah, I'm just choosing not to talk about those products. Well, I might talk about the ones that I still have in my collection until I use them up, but otherwise I'm not going to purchase those products or promote those products on my channel. I'm just going to stick to cruelty-free makeup, and I'm not going to become like that person that like shoves it down your throat. I just want this to be a place that raises awareness, and maybe you guys are going through this journey with me, so maybe we'll kind of do it together, and I thought that would be really, really cool. So I'm going to hop off camera real quick, do my concealer, probably some powder, just to speed this up a little bit because I feel like this is already 20 minutes long and editing me is going to be very upset with filming me, so I'll be right back. So I powdered, I did my concealer, now let's move on to a little bit of bronzer, and for that I'm going to go into my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And I think we might be out of questions, guys. I didn't get that many, which is totally fine. Oh, here's another one. What do you pan the quickest? So I definitely pan my Essence All About Matte Powder the quickest. I go through this stuff maybe 5 or 6 times a year, you guys. This is a great, super inexpensive powder from the drugstore. I just love that one. I use it every single day to set my face. Sometimes I use it to set my under eyes. Lately, I've been feeling like that's not quite cutting it anymore. I feel like I'm creasing more than I used to, which I'm not that old. I'm only 19, so I feel like I should not really be getting a whole lot of like crow's feet or more under eye wrinkles yet, but whatever. I'm not gonna freak out about it. So I haven't been using that under my eyes lately, but it's a great all-over setting powder. It's super lightweight, it doesn't look cakey on the skin at all. and it is translucent, so you don't have to worry about it ever being too light or too dark. I have been loving this brush from BH Cosmetics. I kind of want to do a whole video on my favorite brushes from BH Cosmetics, but I haven't really tried that many from their line, just the couple that I ordered a couple months ago. This one is the number 2 brush. It's from their White Marble line. It kind of reminds me of the Real Techniques blush brush, but I feel like it's a little bit denser, which I really love. Maybe that's just kind of where my viewfinder is. I'm actually using my TV now as my viewfinder because my boyfriend figured out a trick that if you use the mirroring feature on your iPad or iPhone, if you film with your iPad or your iPhone and connect it to your Apple TV, then it mirrors the image and I can see myself so much better. So for blush, I'm going to go in with the Laura Geller Baked Blush and Brighten blush in the shade Tropic Hues. I'm just going to rosy up my cheeks a little bit. I'm trying to think of if there was anything else that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Oh, I remember. So I realized that this month, well, no, I think it was March. Okay, I'm off by a couple of weeks. But March was kind of my, like, YouTube comeback last year. It wasn't really a comeback because it wasn't like I was a big thing before. But I started a YouTube channel the summer before I left for college. I did it all summer. I moved into my dorm, realized, hey, this isn't really like a conducive environment for filming videos. So I stopped for a little while because I had a roommate and loud neighbors and all that. And then I started to film some videos in March. I filmed a couple when I was home for spring break. And then I started doing tutorials when I got back to school. And yeah, I've been making videos ever since. So it's kind of been like my full year on YouTube. I'm going to dip into my Fenty Beauty Diamond Balm. Disclaimer, this is the first time I'm using this because I think I'm afraid that I'm going to be let down. Kind of like I was with Friendcation. I wasn't like let down, but my mind like wasn't like blown, like I hyped it up too much in my head. Well, let's just tap a little bit of this on. Ooh. Oh, that's glitter. Oh, that's glitter. I knew it was glitter. It's real pretty. I don't know if I would have paired it with this blush. I feel like the blush is a little too warm with the highlighter, so we may have to go in with something else just to warm it up a little bit. But ooh. Ooh, the sheeny. Okay. But yeah, so it's been my first full year on YouTube, which is really cool. I kind of love, there's no kind of about it. I definitely love doing YouTube so much. It's such a fun creative outlet for me. It's a really fun hobby, even if it's super time consuming. I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier Matte Baked Radiance Highlighter just to kind of add a little bit of warmth to that glow because I feel like it's looking super cool toned. But yeah, it's been super awesome. I appreciate you guys so much for taking time out of your day to watch my videos, even the hot mess ones, which I really hope this one is not. I feel like that may have helped a teeny little bit. I'm going to apply that one to the rest of my face as well, just because I don't think I want glitter all over my face. Alright, so I'm going to hop off camera really quick and do my brows, and then we'll come back to finish off the eyes. So for some reason my iPad has decided to stop screen mirroring my Apple TV, so I'm hoping that I'm in focus and in frame. I'm really sorry if I'm not, you guys, but we're just going to finish up the eyes really quickly. I'm going to dip into the Blossom Blush Tribe Blossom palette. I'm going to dip into the shade Clover, and I'm just going to use that little chubby brush, this one that we used kind of on our lid, and I'm going to get some of that on the very tip of the brush, tap off the excess, and I'm going to start to smoke this under my lower lash line. So the point that I was trying to get at with the I've been on YouTube for a year thing was I'm kind of thinking of doing a what I learned from being on YouTube for a year video. Not that I'm like an expert or anything, but I thought it would be kind of interesting for those who are thinking about starting a channel or those who have a channel, because we all have different experiences. I just thought it would be fun to share kind of the things that were the most surprising to me, things that I knew going in, the biggest challenges that I've had, all that jazz. So I think that might be an interesting video. You guys let me know. So I'm going to take that Morphe brush once again, and I'm going to dip into the shade Flax right there. I'm going to take this on the very tip of the brush, tap off the excess, and then I'm going to buff that right under where we put that green. I feel like it did a pretty good job of kind of just like being really soft and blended already, but Well, blending never killed anyone. I feel like I am so boring and predictable when it comes to my lower lash line. I just like mimic what I do on the top lid, but that's just kind of the look that I love. I love when it looks super cohesive and it all goes together. I'm going to dip back into the Royal Affair palette, and I'm going to dip into that shade called Crown. I'm going to take this one on a smaller smudger brush. I know it's dirty. This one's from that same set from the Vintage Cosmetics company. It's called Free Go Girl Go. And I'm just going to smudge this on the inner, like, third of my lower lash line. I love that shade. I don't know why it's taking me so long to dip into that one. To kind of tie the whole face together, I'm going to go in with my Fenty Diamond Balm, and I'm just going to take a little bit of this on my pinky. And I'm just going to pop this right in the inner corner. We'll see what kind of brightness we get from this because it is mostly glitter. But we're getting some brightness. I like that. I like that a lot. So I'm going to finish off the look with a little bit of mascara, and I'll be right back for you guys. Alright guys, so I kind of just finished off the whole look. I know this video is already going to be super long, so thank you for sticking with me. But I just added a little bit of my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I'm just trying to use this little baby up. And then for my lips, I put on my Smashbox Always On lipstick in, what is this called? Audition. It's just a beautiful kind of like pinky nude shade. I really, really love it. And I'm super happy with how this look came out. I'm really glad that I sat down to do a get ready with me. It's been a really long time since I filmed one of these. And I kind of missed them. I know once I edit it I won't miss them, but I thought it was fun to do today. So thank you all so much for joining me. I'll insert some clips right here of kind of a close-up of this look so you guys can get a better look. It's nothing too complicated, but I thought it was fun to create. I'm loving the greens. And if you guys are new here, hi, my name is Sydney. I film beauty videos 3 times a week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and that's gonna wrap this one up, so I'll see you guys in my next one. Make sure to leave me a comment down below before you go. What new products have you tried lately? I used not a ton, I guess, of what I got in my haul in this video, but I used a couple things here and there. My haul update video will be up soon, and that's gonna wrap this video up, so thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!